Imagine the world's most powerful man, a ruler whose word was law, whose armies stretched across continents. Cyrus the Great, a name synonymous with empire, wisdom, and unparalleled authority. Now picture this mighty figure simply vanishing, disappearing without a trace from the annals of history. One day, his dominion extends from the borders of India, where the sun rises, to the distant shores of the Mediterranean, where empires clash and cultures intertwine. The next, he's inexplicably gone, leaving behind a void as vast as his former empire. His sudden disappearance sends shockwaves throughout the empire, leaving his legions and his people in disbelief. There was no public defeat to mark his end, no glorious last stand, no assassin's blade in the shadows, no conspiracy that history has unveiled. Just a sudden, unexplained absence that defies logic and confounds historians to this day. This mysterious vanishing act stuns millions, leaving them without their leader, their protector, their king. Cyrus, the visionary founder of the Persian Empire, a man of unparalleled influence, had redrawn the ancient world map, shaping the course of civilization itself. He achieved this through both relentless conquest, expanding his territories far and wide, and shrewd diplomacy, forging alliances and establishing a legacy of cultural exchange. His disappearance was as if the sun itself had failed to rise, casting a long shadow over the world, plunging his vast empire into a state of profound uncertainty and fear. Today, we're not here to simply recount his glorious victories on the battlefield, but to dive deep into the perplexing enigma surrounding his final days and the circumstances of his departure. How could the King of Kings, the master of the ancient world, simply vanish without a trace, leaving only an unsettling silence in the grand halls of his once vibrant palaces? What secrets lie buried beneath the sands of time, and what caused this mystery that continues to echo through the corridors of history? To understand the shock of Cyrus's disappearance, you need to grasp the empire he built. The Achaemenid Empire was the world's first superpower, stretching across 3 continents. Cyrus conquered with force but ruled with tolerance, allowing exiles to return home, respecting local customs and forging loyalty. He was both feared and admired, a master of both war and statecraft. His innovations, roads, standardized measures, a postal system, united a vast, diverse realm. When Cyrus vanished, it wasn't just a king lost, it was the potential collapse of a new world order. The fate of millions hung in the balance. The mystery begins, shrouded in the mists of time. We delve into a story of ambition, war, and a king's enigmatic end. It all culminates with Cyrus's final campaign, a fateful march against the Massagetæ, a people dwelling beyond the empire's borders. This campaign would be his last, a dark mark on his otherwise illustrious career. These were no ordinary foes but fierce nomads of Central Asia, hardened by the harsh steppes and known for their exceptional horsemanship and martial prowess. They were a challenge unlike any Cyrus had faced before. Why did he risk everything, his empire, his legacy, to fight them in the desolate expanse of Central Asia? What drove him to this final desperate gamble? Was it simply ambition, the insatiable desire to expand his already vast empire even further, to etch his name into the annals of history as the greatest conqueror of all time? Or was it a matter of security, a preemptive strike to safeguard his borders from these nomadic raiders, ensuring the stability and prosperity of his hard-won territories? Or perhaps, was it a final test, a personal quest to prove his invincibility, to conquer not just lands but also his own mortality, to cement his legend for eternity? Herodotus, the ancient Greek historian, tells us that Cyrus initially attempted diplomacy, proposing marriage to Queen Tomyris, the formidable ruler of the Massagetæ, hoping to unite their kingdoms through matrimony, but his offer was vehemently rebuffed, deemed an insult to her sovereignty and a thinly veiled attempt at conquest. Resorting to war, Cyrus, ever the strategist, lured a portion of the Massagetæ army into a carefully laid trap, a cunning maneuver designed to cripple their forces. In this ambush, he succeeded in capturing Tomyris' son, a devastating blow to the queen and her people. But this act of war only fueled her vengeance, igniting a firestorm of rage and a thirst for retribution that would consume both armies. The ensuing battle was brutal, a clash of civilizations fought with savage intensity on the unforgiving plains of Central Asia. In the end, the Persians were overwhelmed, their superior numbers and sophisticated tactics proving no match for the Massagetæ's ferocity and intimate knowledge of the terrain. Amidst the chaos of the battlefield, Cyrus the Great disappeared, vanishing without a trace, his fate uncertain, his legend hanging in the balance. There was no body recovered, no clear account of his demise, only whispers and speculation that have echoed through the centuries. Was he killed in the thick of the fighting, cut down by a Massagetè warrior in the heat of battle, or was he captured, taken prisoner by the victorious Queen Tomyris to face an unknown fate at her hands? Or did something stranger happen? Something beyond our comprehension, a twist of fate that defies explanation. The king who seemed invincible, the conqueror of worlds, was ultimately lost to the fog of war, his final moments shrouded in mystery, his legacy forever intertwined with the enigma of his disappearance. Herodotus claims Tomyris killed Cyrus and desecrated his body, but other sources disagree. Some say he died fighting another tribe, his body returned home. Others suggest he was captured, his fate hidden for political reasons. The lack of a single reliable account fuels endless speculation. Was his death a battlefield tragedy, a humiliating captivity, or a carefully crafted illusion? One theory even suggests Cyrus faked his own death, slipping away to live in peace. Each version reflects the uncertainty and myth-making that followed his disappearance. The truth remains elusive, buried beneath layers of legend. In Pasargadae, the heart of the ancient Persian Empire, lies a mystery etched in stone and whispered through the ages. This was once a vibrant capital, a testament to the vision of Cyrus the Great. A simple yet imposing limestone tomb stands, a stark contrast to the opulent palaces that once surrounded it. It is revered as Cyrus's final resting place, a monument to the man who united Persia and built an empire on principles of tolerance and respect. But a nagging question lingers in the air, thick with the dust of centuries. Was he ever truly buried there? Did this tomb ever hold the remains of the great king? The conflicting stories passed down through generations cast a long shadow of doubt over the tomb's true purpose. Historical accounts offer varying narratives, leaving us to piece together fragments of truth. Perhaps the tomb is nothing more than an empty monument, a cenotaph erected in honor of a leader whose body lies elsewhere, lost to the sands of time. It could be a symbol of stability, a beacon of hope erected after a period of chaos and upheaval, a way to solidify the empire under a unifying figure. Centuries later, the tomb would bear witness to a pivotal moment in history. Alexander the Great, the Macedonian conqueror who swept across Persia, visited the tomb, paying his respects to the fallen king. He reportedly wept at the site and ordered its immediate restoration, ensuring its preservation for future generations. Was this an act of genuine respect from one conqueror to another, a recognition of Cyrus's legacy? Or did Alexander possess knowledge of a different story? A secret surrounding Cyrus's death and burial that has been lost to time. The tomb's silence only deepens the mystery, offering no answers, only more questions. Does it truly hold the remains of Cyrus the Great? Or does it merely house the memory of his legendary reign, a symbol of what once was? We're left with a cold case, an unsolved historical puzzle that continues to intrigue and baffle historians and archaeologists alike. A vanished king whose final resting place remains shrouded in uncertainty, an empire built on his vision, now left in suspense, forever questioning the fate of its founder, and a tomb that, despite its grandeur, may ultimately be empty, a hollow shell concealing a secret that may never be revealed. The enduring mystery surrounding the fate of Cyrus the Great challenges us to confront the inherent limitations of historical knowledge and the enduring power of legend. In the grand tapestry of time, would you choose the immortal legacy of a king, forever etched in the annals of history, or the quiet freedom of a nobody, lost to time, their name and deeds fading into the mists of oblivion? The choice perhaps was never ours to make.